Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Weekly Dose, Challenge Your Perspective. This is Patrick Dare in Washington, D.C. This past week, December the 5th, the world lost a leader. Africa lost a son. Nelson Mandela died. As he was well known, Madiba exemplified what leadership is. This is a man whose humility is unmatched. This is a man whose forgiveness and heart and depth of his conviction to the equality of human being is totally unmatched. Nelson Mandela Madiba was jailed for 27 years. 27 years of sleeping in a cold, one lonely room on the slab because of the belief that his people were under tyranny, under apartheid, under the most despicable treatment by other human beings. And for many years, he suffered in jail. But his conviction and true belief that he must fight for his people kept him strong, and for 27 years survived to emerge the leader of South Africa. Now, one would have expected that being a human being and being bitter, this is a man who would have come out and wanted revenge. But he would have none of that. What a heart. Now, a lot of things have been said, quotes about him. But for me, if there's one thing that I would like to take from what Nelson Mandela's life meant for humanity, is that very, very sense of the equality of human beings everywhere, and forgiveness. Forgiveness that comes from the love of every human being, even those that have done you so much wrong. Now, one can hope that leaders throughout the world, and especially leaders in Africa, can learn from this man's great life and this man's great humility and this man's passion for the little people. After being released from jail and having the apartheid rule squashed, and him being elected as the first black president in South Africa, he could have wanted to take all credits to himself. But this is a man who said that South Africa belongs to all. Whites, Africans, Indians, whoever belonged to South Africa, that was their home. And that freedom was to all South Africans. And that democracy was to all South Africans. Now, I think he put it best. And I'm going to just quote one of his quotations on what he saw himself as. He said, when a man has done what he considered to be his duty to his people and his country, he can rest in peace. I believe I have made that effort, and that is, therefore, why I will sleep for eternity. Yes, indeed, Madiba, you will sleep for eternity. Your soul shall roam this world and be an example to all those that aspire to be leaders. Our only hope is that they can put it to practice the way you did. Our only hope is that those that call themselves leaders, especially in Africa, will take a leaf from your leadership. You've seen presidents after president in Africa come in with full promise, and they turn out to be something else that nobody in those countries ever could imagine. It becomes almost their own playground where they can do anything and not be touched. On leadership, this is what Mandela said on leadership. A leader is like a shepherd. He stays behind the flock, letting the most nibble go ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. You led from behind. You looked over your flock. And now that you are gone, may you rest in eternity, Madiba. May the Lord invite you to his right hand, and you look over those leaders, and maybe they could just take a hint of what you are. So long, Madiba. Lord be with you. And this is the weekly dose. Challenge your perspective. This is Patrick Dare from Washington, D.C. Thank you.